Oh, welcome to Make a Path Presents. This is kind of exciting because we get to say goodbye to Fear the Suck after how many long seasons? It should have been dead and forgotten about. But this is really it. I'm trying to pull up the chat so I can, let me add a poll. You guys can go ahead and vote down below whether you liked it or not. I have to say there's two things that stand out in the two episodes. I think both of them are in the final episode, episode 12. Let me think. Yeah, I think both of them, the two things I actually liked. The rest were just crazy. The consistency of bad that's been all throughout the season, but we'll say, did you like the finale? Question mark. Yes or no, did you like the finale? One thing if you're new here, I'm going to get right into my thoughts and opinions, and after maybe like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, I'll get into fan feedback. The reason I say 20 is because it's two episodes. Now, right from the rip, the first episode, I skipped ahead. 80% of the episode 11 is nothing. It's Troy gets hurt. Tracy finds Madison. Madison gets Troy, and it's a bunch of them being like, you help me, I help you. No, I'm going to kill you. No, call off the horde. Really waste of time. It's that circular filler that's just chasing its tail. Then you got the really stupid moments where I don't know why the writing is so hectic. Every time they start pulling back on Troy being the ultimate baddie, they like throw in something else, and it makes no sense because then they resolve that conflict almost immediately. Like the guy from Padre who he his sister died and he escaped. He just shows up. He just shows up and snatches them, and then while he's driving, Lucia and Daniel just show up and then shoot them, and then he runs away. Then they separate again, and Madison, they don't give Madison a gun. I couldn't even fathom the story, the writing here. They didn't give Madison a gun. They leave her tied up with Troy, and they venture off to go on a little journey. They don't give her a gun. They don't send someone with her. It's just her and Troy, and they just left, literally just left the guy in the woods with a gun who wants to kill them. So everyone leaves, and then this happens. I bust out laughing so fucking loud.
If that breaks, we're both dead.
Cool bridge setup, right? Oh, let's go around the bridge. And you know something is going to force them on the bridge. You know it's coming.
Victor, do you copy? Victor.
First they shoot the walkie-talkie out of her hands. That's something you do in like a cheesy action flick. So they shoot the walkie. He shoots the walkie out of her hands. Doesn't shoot her. Doesn't shoot Troy. But he has such great marksmanship. He hits the walkie. Maybe that was an accident. But then he screams, "Found you." Now keep in mind, they just left him. They just left him in the woods, 10 feet away. And they're all shocked that he comes from around a tree and he's like, "Found you," like the worst game of hide and seek ever in the history of the zombie apocalypse. So they get running and he just doesn't shoot them. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. He misses. He had amazing marksmanship to hit the walkie before, but now he's a stormtrooper. He's just missing all over the place, you know? Anyway, so this is fucking stupid. Now, he gets them on the bridge, and it gets even worse because this is just setting up something where Troy saves her and blah, blah, blah. So, but they cut to commercial, and not commercial, but they cut it to the next scene. And then this guy, well, before that, this guy just dies. She yells, "Over here!" And then zombies come over, and he just gets eaten up. Like, that's it. Like, that's what I mean by they enter a conflict, and then they resolve the conflict quickly, so fast you get whiplash, and it really makes it feel like there's no depth to it at all. Yeah, look, he just gets chopped up. Again, another shot of a guy falling on the ground getting chomped up by zombies. So Troy saves them and they get out of the mud. Big whoop. And then they separate. And they lure the herd away and blah, blah, blah. No, wait. Okay, the one cool scene was split. There was 2 cool moments in each. This I liked. You see it coming a mile away, but this I liked. Where they actually do something kind of dark. Where I think that the app crashed on me, but where Madison just kills Troy. You know, it's kind of lame.
A second chance.
It's kind of lame because it's not done in any exciting way. You see it coming a mile away as soon as they do this arm thing. It's like ripped off from other better movies. Anyhow, so she stabs him and it's dark, and I'm like, okay, I dig it. But then he says like that's Alicia's kid. And for a moment I was like, would they do that? Because why is this kid even in the story? But again, with the whiplash. But okay, I like it. Troy lies, right? Just so Madison can keep Tracy safe. However, I don't even know if it's good writing or just whiplashed all over the place. But there's one moment, if you pick up on it in the next episode, that definitively tells you Troy lied and that Tracy is not Alicia's kid. And I'm sure many of you picked up on it. I know I picked up on it right away because Madison doesn't say anything. She doesn't challenge it. What I'm talking about is when they're on the walkie-talkie and that Russell guy gets on the walkie early in this episode in the finale. And Russell is like, oh, I want to keep Troy. I made a promise to keep Troy's daughter safe. And Madison's like, oh, that's Alicia's kid, blah, blah, blah. Why would Troy say that when he was dying? Don't forget, if Russell was there, if Troy took, because Russell tells the story of Troy and Alicia's fight to the death, you know, which I like that concept. I wish we saw it, but Russell was there. All Madison had to do was, Russell, was Tracy a baby or then? Did Troy come back with Alicia's kid? Like, what is going on? Even if she didn't believe what he would say, but she never challenges it on the radio. She never mentions it. She never brings it up. It's as if the writers force her to act stupid so the writers can avoid this conflict. And in that instant, I was like, okay, I give them credit. Troy lied, you know, because the writers don't have her say something. And by the end, Alicia's like, wait a minute, I didn't have a kid. And it's like, okay. So that's why I said, I don't know if it's a mix of they were on the right path of doing some subtle writing, like having Troy lie. And there's a little more depth to it than what they're used to writing. But then they throw it away. I'm so bored of this fucking show. But then they throw it away by having Madison on the phone and avoid that question, you know? They could have done it in a number of different ways, but anyhow. So Madison's a dick. She's pulling a gun on Lucy, and now zombies enter the place, and her and Strand are arguing and fighting, and this gets real cheesy, and you know she's left with her supposed granddaughter now, and her granddaughter claps her, which it just gets real cringy because now Madison is like oh, you understand, and but here it was saved. This show almost put me into a coma. Here she was saved because the bullet hit the clip with the necklace in it and blah blah blah. They could have done something cool with the writing there. I give them, they tried, whatever. But then she goes back to like the camp, and she like does this ultimate sacrifice. Nobody around can help them but fucking Madison. She has a breathing problem where she is next to useless, but Madison shows up and she can just solve everyone's problems. I don't even know why I'm so tired. I do know why I'm so tired. I work, bro. Anyway, so just fucking whatever. She has the cringiest like hero little moment in this show. They film it cringy. Yeah, she like gut shoots Madison, but then lets her go, but then shoots her dad in the head. I don't know. It's not consistent. Strand just finds Tracy like in the woods. Really weird scenes where Strand finds Tracy. Tracy pulls a gun on Strand. This editing was weird, man. Weird, like they cut stuff out of it. Forgive me. Then they cut to a flower. Madison did a suicide mission. Strand tells Tracy about it in the woods, nowhere near it. Then they cut to a flower. Tracy's picking the flower, and Tracy has Madison. So just like the writers retardedly wrote with Morgan and his daughter, where she drags a full-grown man through the swamp, apparently Tracy dug in rubble. What is she says for like 2 days or a day or whatever it was when she wakes up.
Dig out of the rubble.
Yeah, it's right here.
My dad, he trained all of his kids in field medicine.
This little brat digs them out of the rubble. Digs her out of the rubble. I apologize. Jesus. I want to hear it.
He collapsed. Took half a day to do.
Oh, half a day. I'm sorry. Now, I was giving him a little bit of realism by like, 2 days to dig her. It took that little bitch half a day, you know? Half a day. Strand couldn't do it. Strand's men couldn't do it. Strand's boy men can't do it. Lucy can't do it. You know, Daniel can't do it. All of them together can't do it. Nope, the 7 or 8-year-old can do it. Digs Madison out of the rubble. Holy shit, what are we doing? And I get what they're going for with the stories. And here's where I think the Fear the Walking Dead failed miserably. One more yawn and I'm out of here. Fails miserably in doing some sort of ending with substance, but tied into the overall theme and vibe and feel of The Walking Dead itself. And I thought they were going to do it because they set it up for that, but they didn't even do anything. So she gets up and Alicia just like comes around the corner again with the reunions. The reunions are so lazy. It's incredible. I think Fear the Walking Dead is going to go down as one of the shows with the laziest reunions. People just walk up to each other in this show. What the fuck? That's all you got? Now, I said it before. I said if Alicia's in the finale, I don't know why I'm whistling, it's going to be where the actor can come and film for, a few days and then get it over with. She's not going to be in like the whole finale, blah, blah, blah. And she was. At least she comes back, and I give the actor props. I think that's a big, like, I love you to the fan base. She probably got a nice check out of it. That's awesome. But I do appreciate the actor coming back, especially for the fan base. I think that was a great thing to do for the fan base. Everyone involved in making that happen. That's awesome. Because as shitty as Fear has been, at least it was just not, at least it didn't end in like utter complete misery where Alicia's just gone. Like Alicia comes back and has a reunion. That's at least something. I mean, if anything, that's at least something. But she just like walks up. Like, hey,
Gun down. I'm just here to
it's 80 yard or some shit. It doesn't matter. At least there's something, but again, the reunions are so lazy. And then you have them reuniting and everything's amazing. She's huffing gas or whatever, oxygen now. Here's where I thought they were going to do something with oomph to it. Lucy is creating this network Dwight and Sherry want to go back maybe to the sanctuary. Apparently it's close to where they're at now. Strand and them are looking for people to help, building a community, whatever they're doing. Here we have an opportunity to end fear, have these characters go off on their little whatever, go off in their own direction, so to speak, but also build world building, build these networks of roads and communities and blah, 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 blah. All this shit that they've gone through could have gotten to a point where they have, for the first time, multiple seeds of civilization that have gone through it more than just survival, to where they're close bonds and close friendships, where if these people go to Dwight and them at the sanctuary, they can make deals and outposts and trading, and they had this opportunity to lay the groundwork of some really big world building for The Walking Dead, to where in the future you can hear mentions of Madison's community. Even fans like, I don't want Fear to bleed into the main show. Fuck no, I want to forget about it. But at least if they would have done something of substance, you could drop Easter eggs for the hardcore fans, where it's like, oh, Madison Alicia's community or outpost or whatever. You can have little pictures or signs or writings, and then it would be little Easter eggs, but it would help to just add a little weight and value to what you have from the crossovers and the communities. And you can even do some cameos, something that's not outrageous, but you can have these characters start spilling over into certain things. That's if you're doing really successful world building and you actually have good stories to tell, and the crossovers make sense. Because now if you have Daryl get back to America, Daryl and Carol, they get in season 3, they get back to America and they're starting to travel, but then they run into this community and they want to pass, but they need some supplies, and they run into someone in the community, and it's like Strand or something for an episode, and it doesn't even focus on him. Fans of the series would be like, bro, I know who that is. And then maybe that would be something where they can do it successfully, where it's cool that these characters like just pass by each other but interact, and we know the whole story to hit that character's survival, but for Daryl it's just someone he's passing. If done well, some of that could have been really cool. And you don't know what future it holds. If you get a really good writing team, they could do like a really awesome story with Alicia in the future or whatever it is. But having at least the groundwork of that world building, but they don't do any of it. It's there. I mean, it's the foundation is there, but they don't do nothing. Yeah, Alicia looks like she got off the set of a different show. She's been eating healthy. For sure.
What direction you headed?
And that's not a diss either. She looks good. Yeah, like these two are going off. I really wish they did something with these characters. Any of them, all of them. They had oomph. I mean, she had promise, but the character sucks. This character looks awesome, but she don't do shit. Who the fuck is that? I don't know. Where is this?
We'll figure it out.
Where's this? Yeah, this character here looks cool, but she don't do shit. I know there was a better image of her. It don't matter. You can look up a picture of her. And then Strand's, the best reunion in this show is Daniel being reunited with the cat. How the fuck is the best reunion with the cat? How in the fuck does that happen? And still, the cat just like comes out of nowhere. But it's better than everything else.
Just wanted to hear from you how they would bring this shitty show to an end. Not at all surprised, LOL.
Oh, thank you very much, Veronica, for yet another financial bomb. I think you guys have been helping up. I keep pushing the donos from you guys over into a little pot so I can upgrade. And it's definitely been helping. So hopefully after the holidays, I get some overtime and I'll add my little share to the pot and we'll upgrade. But I'm going to throw you up on the leaderboard. I think I still have you actually ready up here. There we go. And from last week. Thank you very much. But I'll have to say, this is it. Like, they have problems. They run into someone. Like, this is the finale, Veronica. I'm assuming you missed it. And I think you're better off for missing it. You know, you should rewatch 6 Feet Under instead, because you'll get way more value out of that. But you have characters that like run into a small problem, and then they run into a solution, and then they reunite with someone around the corner, and then like there's a horde, and it makes it look like they're all gonna die, but it's edited and filmed so fucking poorly. You just have images of characters yelling like no, and they're like hitting a zombie or closing a door. You don't get any weight of Padre as a community, the threat they're facing. You just see like these glimpses of things happening. It is a whole bunch of montages that feel like there's no weight to it because it's not filmed in a way where you even have an understanding of the location and what's at stake and, you know, what directions they can go. There's none of that. It is so filmed so poorly. And then at the end, they all just go, yeah, it was nice. I'm going to go this way. You're going to go that way. And they don't even do any like connective, Lucy, you have that road and we're going to go find this community and we'll meet up later. And hey, you have my walkie. Maybe they do. I might have totally glanced over it. Maybe like one of them says something like that, but they don't do any connective work to add to that world building. It is very poor. And the final end is a weird, like someone watched, they did this in another movie, but the worst example I can give you right now is like The Dark Knight Rises, where Alfred sees like Bruce Wayne and he kind of like gets it, you know, from a distance. And that was it. They do that in here where Strand like sees Madison and they get it. And I did have to laugh because it was supposed to be Padre. And when Madison wakes up from her coma,
I had to take a shower after watching Felt Dirty. At least they have 10-year-old girls consistently assassinate or pull grown adults to safety.
Oh yeah, this show is like, they have an obsession with making little girls drag full-grown adults through swamp, through rubble, you name it. And it's always off screen. We always hear about it, and it's never on screen because if they were to film it, it would look incredibly stupid. But this is why I bash the writing so bad, because they know if they show it, people will laugh at it. But for some reason, when it's off screen, a lot of fans just kind of go, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird how fans do that. But like, I love grounded shows with the one thing or a couple things that are not real at all. Like the zombies are not real at all. But the rest of the story, I want it to be grounded because I feel like that has more weight to it. But I just can't listen to a little girl say like, I took a half a day to dig you out of rubble, you know? And keep in mind, Strand and all them are in that area. They're in that location, apparently looking for Madison and Tracy. I mean, they assume Madison died, but at least you'd give a glance, a fleeting glance, and see if Madison was injured maybe. Anyhow, but Strand looks over and sees 3 figures. Strand was supposed to have this incredible bond and love for Alicia, and he sees her at a distance, someone he believed was dead. And even Madison, he had such a bond. I don't understand this writing, especially in the post-apocalypse, where he sees them at a distance and he's all like, yeah, it's beautiful and nice. You know, he doesn't burst out of the truck and he's like, what the fuck? You know, at least give me a hug before you go. Like, holy shit, I thought you were dead, you know? Like, none of that. It's like they steal from other shows and movies that did it better. And they just go, oh yeah, let's do that, you know, from a distance shit. But it doesn't work here. I don't buy that Strand would just sit there and look lovingly at 3 figures, you know, on the horizon and be like, oh yeah, those are, you know, I just don't buy it. But I did laugh when Madison wakes up from her Michael Myers coma. Fans of horror, Michael Myers would get that. And then she looks over and instead of Instead of Padre, it says Madre for Madison, and they just painted over the P with an M. Oh man, that's so fucking dumb. I bet you any money. Years ago, they were like, "That's why it's gonna be called Padre. Madison will do something amazing, and they'll change it to Madre." And they thought it was so clever. And oh my god, it just looks so stupid. Madre. Anyway, so yeah, here it is. The three figures standing on the hillside. It's probably not even them either. It's just their body doubles. Yeah, that's probably why Victor didn't go out there. He's like, oh yeah, that's their body doubles. Bro, if that was two of your closest friends that you survived the apocalypse with from the beginning of the apocalypse, I mean, would that be one way to do it, where it's like, okay, go off, go say goodbye at a distance and go off. Like, I don't have to tell everyone that you're alive, Oh man. Anyway, but then they make up this story about going to Los Angeles, and I feel like this was the writer's desperate attempt to get like a future deal doing a Los Angeles movie with Alicia and Madison.
Having these visions of you.
Yeah, so that was it, and they leave, and they got Troy's kid in tow. Like, yo, that's how I thought Fear would end. Them just reuniting and leaving, not saying goodbye to anybody, Daniel or anybody. Hold on, let me see what my kid wants. Hold on, I gotta get my headphones. What? No, they didn't have any. They were sold out. Yeah, I'll have to get more tomorrow. The gas station is the only one that has them. I couldn't find them. I found those ones with the lemon that I didn't think you liked. That's all they had. Love you. Bye. Went to the store. She wanted these snacks, but they didn't have them, so she ain't getting nothing. Anyhow, so what was I saying? Yeah, it was going to end with racist Troy's daughter, Madison, and Alicia. Anyway, so let me see what you guys have to say about this episode. I didn't like it. I give props that Alicia, the actor for Alicia, came back in. And I'm going to say right now, I don't know the details, but I'm going to say right now, in a large part, coming back for the fans. It's like a thank you for the fans. I appreciate that. I like how Madison was dark when it came to killing Troy. Like, I'm not falling for your bullshit, because Troy's a liability. So I dig that. It wasn't done in the most interesting way. So it's like, whatever. At this point, whatever. At least we get a positive. The rest of it was a mess. An absolute mess. I'm glad it's done. I'm glad it's over. I'm glad it's in the ground. And I don't want Fear the Walking Dead to come back anytime soon. Just be done, be gone, and rest in peace. It was a miserable mid to low show that was only surviving because AMC has nothing else to offer that could possibly bring in ad revenue. So as a fan of a zombie as a huge fan of zombies, and as a fan of The Walking Dead since the beginning, it was almost like no matter what they put out, I would eventually have to watch it just to see where it ends up, what happens to them. And I'm just glad it's just gone, I'm so rooting for the Rick and Michonne show. But as you guys know, I don't know if you do know, but AMC released a video game. A couple people asked me to play it. I work, 7 to 7, but I get up every morning at 6, and then I got to take my, make breakfast, take my kid to school, and then I'm to work by 8. And then I get off work at 5, between 5 and 5:30. I got to go home, make dinner, and blah, blah, blah. So from like definitely 6 in the morning to 6 at night. It's probably more like 6:30 by the time I get done making dinner. But from like 6 to 6, my time is like shot. I'm only doing work and life stuff. So I don't have much time to do much else when it comes to the game. But a lot of people ask me to play the Walking Dead Destinies. Now, when it was advertised, I called it was going to be a piece of shit. It looked like a piece of shit, and it was just relying on gimmicky gameplay. However, it is beyond a piece of shit, and that's why people want me to play it. But it's $50, and I put this on Twitter that like AMC should put a flamethrower to this game and pull it off the market, because at this point it's like theft by deception. You think you're getting a good game, and it is embarrassingly bad. It's one of the worst video games I've ever seen in my life, and I don't say that lightly. I'm not like over exaggerating. Walking Dead Destinies right now for $50 is one of the worst video games I have ever seen in my life. Not just Walking Dead related. And AMC and everyone else out there should be fucking sued in a class action lawsuit, if any way possible, for how much of a piece of shit that game is. It's barely a fucking game. It's fucking unbelievable. If you haven't seen the clips of it, check it out. I'm torn, because I think if I was, if I wasn't doing this job and I was free, I'd probably stream it tomorrow and be like, we'd laugh at it for a few days. But my God, it is fucking horrible. I might play some clips of it. Let me pull up some. There's got to be like, and then I'm going to read the chat real quick. Walking Dead Destinies gameplay. I gotta look this up.
Welcome to The Walking Dead.
What the fuck was that? I have to click on the first one just to do it.
Welcome to The Walking Dead.
Turn it down. There we go. Oh, you've got to be shitting me. What happened? I put in the search. Oh, I did the wrong search. All right, I'm pulling up gameplay so you guys can see. How long is the game? Like 7 hours? The Walking Dead Destinies is so bad. Let me see what this is.
Welcome back, guys, and welcome.
Oh, it's someone playing it. I thought it was like clips of how bad it is.
Can I use that brick? No. Nice.
God damn, that looks like shit.
Alrighty.
Bro, I didn't know all the cutscenes were like that. Bro, here's the cut. I thought I saw a cutscene that was glitched.
Might need him. This guy needs a timeout.
But this is all the cutscenes.
Let's go with L2. Diffuse.
We survived this by pulling together, not apart.
Bro, they don't even move.
There's only white meat and dark meat. There's us and the dead. We survived this by pulling together.
All right, Officer Friendly. Take us to the promised land.
Are you standing up or am I dropping you?
All right, Officer Friendly.
Holy shit, they don't even move ever.
Bro, there's not even cutscenes. It's just like stills. And then
See what I mean about like, this is, AMC should be fucking sued. This is unbelievable. Look at this. That is unfucking believably terrible. Like, how can you do that? How the fuck can you do that to your fan base? AMC is disgusting. AMC is just fucking just disgusting. The whole company, just fucking disgusting. You know, just holy fucking shit. You people are pathetic. Game looks like a PS1. It's terrible. That shit is terrible. I was hoping there'd be like just snippets of. Here's someone. I think this is the fight with.
The Walking Dead Destiny. Oh, this just got released today. What? I guess by PlayStation they mean they mean. No matter.
Other people. I'm glad other people are saying
This game.
Saying how shitty it is. Oh my god. Oh, he's watching the trailer.
What's guys, and welcome to the
Fuck, this is everyone's whatever happened to montages, man? Is montages just relegated to shorts now? It's hard to find like montages. Anyhow, looks like a mobile game. I think we had a couple tips here. Let me go up to the super chats. Dr. Death, thank you for the $2. Motivation flip-flop on a dime. Frustrating as fuck. Yeah, people's motivation jumping around is another frustrating thing with the show. How to take a shower. Thank you very much, Slizzle, for the 5. And again, J Spot with the 19 months. How funny would it be if Steven plus Nick walked out? Steven plus Nick. Props to Alicia for coming back for the fans and to help Kim Dickens get the show over and done with. But they, of course, have to tease LA when they should have stayed there. Yeah, imagine how ridiculous that is. Like, if you pick apart all the stupid shit, like they started in LA. Fear was Walking Dead in LA. Before, like, I'm sorry. It was Walking Dead in LA during the outbreak. That was supposed to be the pitch. This is not like the main show. You know, post-apocalypse, blah, blah, blah. This is in LA during the outbreak. And it lasted a couple episodes. And then they were in quarantine in LA. And then it was time jumped. Okay, we're now after the outbreak. And it's like early post-apocalypse. Fine, whatever. But then what do? They leave LA with quickness. And we've never been back since. For fucking 8 seasons. No, it's been 7.5 seasons. They've been out of LA, right? They end the show. And again, everything is just a joke at this point. They end the show with what? Hey, let's go back to LA. Like, what the fuck? That has to be a secret troll by the writers. They have to be like very fucking clever with that shit. Because if they did it on purpose, like, yeah, it'd be cool to go to LA. They're not paying attention. It would have been cool if you guys fucking stayed there. How about that? Morgan probably on the Rick show. Well, not right away, I don't think. I'm not sure that would line up. I watched the Rick and Shane boss fight. That is pathetic. I can't even get a refund. Why not? That's crazy. Why didn't they get originals for the voice acting? Because it costs money. Voice acting had me dying. Yeah, that shit's crazy. I feel bad for anybody who paid $50 for that. Althea lived happily ever after. Who even remembers Althea? What a week. Alicia returned, and we're supposed to think Tracy dug Madison out of the rubble herself. Yes, we're supposed to. I want to know who the nurse is going to back to Texas to see. Well, didn't they? Yeah, because didn't she bury John at his cabin? I forget. You know what? I don't even remember at this point. Whoever figures it out, let us know. Most of them still frames, very few actually animated. That's unbelievable. Game of the year material right there. Still frames, what the fuck? It's bad. It's very bad. They should give everyone their money back ASAP for the poor excuse of the game. Fire from the Walking Dead Destinies look like something you would see in a kid's play. Wow. Why not just an open world Dead Island type game? At least in Fear, cutscenes move. It's a PowerPoint game. Get the game off the market and give everyone a refund, right? Look at Rick's face at the beginning. I showed a picture of Rick. He looks like Mr. Bean with a beard. It's terrible. Yeah, the concept of the game is like a 9-year-old fan thought of it. Hey, Ronnie, I'm watching Dexter New Blood. Just wondering what you think of the show Dexter and how it ended. I was enjoying New Blood a lot up until the end. The end I felt was a little bit of a cop-out. It felt like they were just trying to they were trying to revive it, but with a different pizzazz, and I just wasn't feeling it. Holy crap, that garbage. There's no movement, motionless, right? How insane is that? For $50. It's so bad. AMC and the writers would probably have Daryl and Shell end up meeting Norman and them going on a ride across the special ride with Norman. Oh, that would be fucking wild. All that work and effort that built up to reduce the slow motion clip at less than 1 minute long. Yeah. Yo, that's another, how do I say that? Artemisia. They have this big hype for the battle that's going to take down their Padre. And they skip over it for slow motion Madison and a voiceover. And that is a large part of how poorly. Now, I'm not blaming the writers totally, because the reason they didn't include Padre as a community is because it costs money. It's easier to film Victor Strand, cheaper to film Victor Strand closing a big door, going, no, it can't end like this, cut to black, and then film Madison down like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Indiscriminate hallway. That's not the word I was thinking of. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, she's running down a hallway from zombies. Oh, she's doing this from this. It's so much cheaper for them to like cheat it in the shot than it is for them to make Padre a character. The place is a character, because that costs money. So I don't rag on the writers fully, but there's still something they could have done, to try to make it at least feel like a place. I hope we don't get a second season. A second season of Tales of the Walking Dead would be pointless. Troy definitely didn't die in this finale. He will come back in season 5 Madison Rouse spinoff. Most likely. Yeah, they did fail, Troy. I think early on, I even said, watch Troy be like the big bad. I'm gonna look for that clip, because I know for a fact early on, I was like, I bet you he's going to be, the big bad. Psych, he's not really the big bad, or some stupid shit like that. Because they always pull that shit where they think they're being clever by giving you the opposite of what should be there, or opposite of what they give you at first, And he was kind of the big bad, but then they spun it like, he was, he's not so much of a big bad, and now it's Madison. I don't know. It's fucking, it's whack as shit, because in all reality, Troy's still a dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, you try to kill someone because they want to help people, and then your bitch couldn't handle it. She got herself killed. Like, come on, bro. Man the fuck up with your little bitch shit. And here's another thing that had me bugging. Troy is acting like his wife died recently. Keep in mind, it's been 7 years roundabout since Troy's wife died. And factually confirmed, it's been at least 5 years. At minimum 5. It has to be more, though, because remember that Tracy's supposed to be very, very small and not remember her mother. So it's been 5 to 7 years. And they've been carrying, or they've been walking or bringing his zombie wife everywhere they go for 7 fucking years. Surviving, and, she still looks like she's, rotted away, but she still's got clothes and this and that. They're not all shredded and blah, blah, blah. I mean, she's raggedy, but 7 years. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Also, if you had a Discord server, let me know. I want to post compilation of the scenes where I'm in. I have a Discord server. Someone put the Discord in chat, please. If you can't, well, no, let me do it because I think I shut off. Once content is posted up more frequently on here, I'm going to open up the Discord to have more. That way we get more people in it because right now there's only a handful of us. Let me create a invite. I always forget how to do that. Yeah, down here. No. I always forget how to do that. I always forget how to create an invite there. Wait, and then it's like, oh, yeah, you know, I remember how to do that, blah, blah, blah. Why do I always do that? Yeah, that create invite button is so fucking dumb. I get why they do it, but it is very dumb. I'm going to put the invite in chat. Daniel was wasted. Troy was wasted. I did hear they got T-Dog back. I would have probably had to audition shitty actor for them to accept me on. You had a casting call for Walking Dead Season 7? Oh, it's still good to go to, you know, even if you don't like the show. At least you're getting work, you know. They're doing more Tales, except it's going to be 10-minute episodes on AMC Plus. Laugh out loud. If it didn't work the first time, do it 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Do it shittier. Did you ever watch the terrible Arnold Schwarzenegger stunt double at the beginning of True Lies? I've seen a number of bad Arnold Schwarzenegger stunt doubles since his shit is on Blu-ray. Like Terminator, it's obvious now. I don't know if I seen the True Lies one. I'd have to see it to be like, oh, yeah, I saw that. But I watched a little reel of his bad stunt doubles. And I looked it up because I rewatched Terminator in 4K, Terminator 2, and it is bad noticeable, you know, because you get a big screen now and it's not so, you know what I mean? And you're like, bro, that's definitely not Arnold. But a lot of old movies are like that. Even in movies, you know, that aren't super old, movies from the 90s and even early 2000s, but mostly a lot of, you know, late 80s, early 90s movies, it is so incredibly clear that it's not the actor. Like Scream, I pointed out a number of times where it's clearly not the actress that's fighting, you know. Why didn't Fear get a Talking Dead? I mean, what's there to talk about? You know, the show is dead. That's it. At least Troy isn't leaving boxes on the side of the road. Yeah, that's true. Just imagine if Talking Dead was still on. Chris Hardwick would have been crying and saying it was the best thing. Yeah, well, he had a job to do. The girl that played Charlie, she could have been on the next Scream 7. She could be? Why? Oh, you mean, I get it now. It would see into the whole Clark family being decimated by Mexican soldiers. Just fell the IP after Rick showed Universal on reboot. Yeah, they should just sell it, but I think here's the problem with AMC selling the IP. Now listen, there's a lot of things in the works when it comes to big business like this. So by no means is this like the end all be all, but AMC needs Walking Dead in its house to sell the whole house. You get me? They don't want to just sell The Walking Dead. Besides, I don't know if they can do that contractually. I don't know if they have because keep in mind, AMC got the rights from Kirkman. And in the contract, I'm sure there's some stipulations where AMC can't then just, you know, license out the work or resell the work. Maybe they had Kirkman by the balls and they were like, yeah, we can do whatever the fuck we want. But I would highly doubt it because there's like, you know, there's template contracts that have, and I'm pretty sure they would have a lockdown on that. You know what I'm saying? So that's just a speculation. So in order to get around that, they would have to merge or be bought out. But not only that, is AMC doesn't have anything without The Walking Dead. That's not necessarily true, but The Walking Dead is like, 60% of their fucking revenue. So imagine them selling The Walking Dead, but what's in it for them in the future? If they still have The Walking Dead, they can always, that's a power play for them. So I think a couple years ago, I was reading up on how they were, companies were looking at AMC to buy it. And even with The Walking Dead, it wasn't worth it. So if we think they're ever going to sell The Walking Dead, I think there's some things to consider. One is contractually, are they allowed to do that in that way? I don't know if there would be a reason why not, but I also feel like that it would be pretty standard that you can't sell the IP of what you bought. You get what I'm saying? Because it would revert back to Kirkman as the owner of the IP. You get me? I worded that so poorly, but maybe you understand. But if AMC merges or sells, then they get everything in the house, Walking Dead included. So I think they would hold on to it for that because they don't have much else. Companies looked at AMC, including The Walking Dead, and said it's not worth buying because they're everything's going down. You know what I'm saying? So imagine AMC doesn't have The Walking Dead, and now AMC tries to make power plays. Companies before didn't want them. Imagine 60% less revenue, and I'm guessing it's 60. It could be more, but it could be less. People underestimate AMC's making money on other stuff as well, but J-Spot, $2. What if Toy bathed her bet? You didn't think of that. I think you mean Troy. What if he bathed her? Bet you didn't think of that. I'm not sure what part that connects to, but I didn't think of that. I'll tell you right now. Casted some of them. Sizzle Daniel, best actor in show. I like Ruben Blades a lot. They really wasted him. When I come to some money, I'll try to make sure my first ever super chat. Been kind of following you for over a decade. Well, thank you very much, Phil Mitchell. If you ever win the lottery, holla at your boy. Until then, it's no biggie. I appreciate you hanging out with me at least. Oops, the other Chris. You made me laugh. What do we got? Oh man, in the Pornhub videos, you saw better acting. Ouch. Be general of that. Stunt double with Arnold mask. Let me look that up. True Lies. Because I'm pretty sure, now that you mentioned that, I'm pretty sure I did see that one. Why doesn't it pop up? You would think it would. True Lies, Arnie. True Lies. I don't know, stunt double. Yeah, nothing pops up. There's this obvious stunt doubles in movies, but I don't know if it's gonna be in that.
For more great
E.T. Oh, Kevin Bacon. Yeah, that's a big ouch. That was a good fall, though. It looked painful. Here. This is what I was looking at. That's Blade Runner. We got Forrest Run. What the fuck was that? I've never seen Twilight. That is hilarious. What the fuck is that? Yeah, the zoomies. When the werewolf has the zoomies. Holy fucking shit. Why isn't he wolfing out though? Hold on. Ready? Hey, let's go for one. You think he's gonna judo throw her, but nope. Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious. Zoomies. Dun, 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 dun. That's fucking terrible. Anyway, yeah, he snatched her up by the arm. He's like, let's go. Growing pains to Elf. Oh, they didn't have him do the jump kick? Point Break. That's a good one. Princess Bride. Is this it? No, this is Face Off. This one was easy to spot on VHS, though. Anyway. Where is... What the fuck was that? Look at those teeth. Come on, where's the True Lies? It's gotta be in here. No, it's not. That sucks. Here's Arnold. Now this, I believe they CGI'd Arnold's face over him. I watched the documentary, but if I remember right, that's why his face is so funky. If you look, it's a CGI. Now, back then it was just something that, like, nowadays, us YouTubers would be, well, maybe people who fuck around with digital stuff too, but anyone who's into, like, light Photoshop work could do this right here. All you would do is track the bike, do a PNG of his face, so it's only the face there. And then, you know, you would do the proportions, pop it on there, track it with the bounce and the ride. The only thing that would probably be a little tricky back then would maybe go from small to big, you know, size it up as it's tracking. But yeah, that looks pretty terrible. But here it is right here. It's just like, if I remember right, this is a CGI. And it's just like a Photoshop too. It's just like a composite over the stunt actor. You fucking really see it in motion though. Anyway, I'll have to look up that True Lies one. I think there's another one here too. Anyway. I haven't watched the last 2 seasons of Fear and really don't care to. Please sum up the show finale for me. Who did they kill off? They didn't kill anyone off, Stormy. You know, not to snap at you. It's just, that's the show. They didn't kill anyone off. Troy, he died. Alicia, they fake killed her off, but she reunited with Madison. And that's it. Like, there's no recap outside of filler. Like, you know, people were going to send a horde to their community and it almost destroyed it. Madison saved the day and they all reunited and that's it. They all went their separate ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, that really is how Fear ended. That's the ending to Fear. Just circular filler to a reunion with Alicia and that's it. Yeah, Heath is gone for good. Oh, let me look at the teaser for The Ones Who Live while I'm here. Is it The Ones to Live or The Ones Who Live? Now, I can't play it. Let me do... I can't play it on screen. But there is a teaser.
People are going, where have you gone?
It's a really exciting story to tell.
Our ambition is to have some answers.
These two people are so powerful and together it's insane. This is some crazy love. These two people.
One thing that makes me a little hesitant with the ones who live. Oh, it's the ones who live. Is this whole like ultimate love story got like, fucking gag, that's the one thing that gets me, just because a lot of times they get hyper focused on like these themes and yada yada yada, and it almost becomes this tunnel vision, and it's overdone to death. Like if you look at The Walking Dead when it was at its peak, The Walking Dead season 1, it gets a zombie story, right? And then you have these elements that are scattered in it. And that interaction between best friend, lover, affair, like that plays a crucial that's like a crucial undercurrent to the show, but it's not the show. You wouldn't pitch it as like, oh, I got this love triangle in the zombie apocalypse. That's why I get a little hesitant, because I just don't want them to overdose on the love story and overshadow some of the other elements, which is like the survival horror, the zombies, and blah, blah, blah. I was kind of hoping for a better teaser than this. Is this the one that we got 14 minutes ago? I was kind of hoping for something a little better. She's hugging his boots or something. This is fucking weird, bro. Yeah, she's hugging his boots. Bro. Calm down. That'll probably be how they start it, though. Because, get it, season 1, he wakes up in the bed. Season 2, it's like, or not season 2, but like second attempt, it's like...
It's a really exciting story to tell.
She's got that armor on. I dig it. What's this, though? Safe Harbor. That's a cool looking, like a cruise ship that's whatever, but it'll probably just be, oh, look at this cool image, and then that's it. What are you going to do? That shit's expensive. This at least gives us an idea of those scenes with the lights. That looks like Rick here with the white shirt and the jacket. And they got these red lights. I'm assuming they're doing something as far as like containment or clearing out an area for, a new outpost or whatever that might be. The soldiers here look a little cooler than past CRM. Maybe they're not CRM. I don't know what the point of CRM is if we have soldiers that look similar, but they aren't the same. It's kind of dumb. Yeah, I guess he works at like these outposts. That's another issue. I'm like, are they going to be able to sell that? She looks cool here. Little clean though. He's a little clean cut here. What's up with this? That zombie looks cool. Oh, and what about in Fear? The little girl gets away and she's killing zombies by hitting them in the head with a stick. What the shit, yo? I swear. 2 of the zombies she hits with a stick and they just fall down and never get back up. And the third, she, jams it in its jaw, and apparently that kills it, but it's just a stick. How many times are we going to see? What's with The Walking Dead and black guys with cowboy hats? How many times are we going to get this? They got a weird fetish with black cowboys. Who's she? What the fuck are we doing? CRM looking a little bit crazy. Oh, wait a minute. That's John Locke. Isn't that Terry O'Quinn from Lost? It is. It's John Locke from Lost. He's a good actor. He's a good character actor.
is some crazy.
Yeah, this is some crazy love. Yeah, the fan base is at least positive for the Rick show. Some people still think he's losing his arm, though I don't know what the fuck they're smoking, but there's just no point anymore to lose his arm. I mean, sure, they could do it. Like, why is he putting the stick on his arm in this way? Why doesn't he just hold the stick with two hands, you know? So, sure, I give them that. They're doing something weird with it. But what's the point? What's the point anymore? Super Troy can survive anything. Yeah. Are you as disappointed as I that they didn't risk killing off some major characters? Yep. And what sucks too is they have something they want, which is this, it's just this weird, like, positive ending to Fear. And because of that, they can't have any deaths. So we have all this terrible shit going on, but no one dies. Not even characters we don't care about. Like, they brought us 3 girls that dress like Alicia. Why? What? They just stood there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. They just stood there. They didn't do shit. Like, the one chick was hot, though. I mean, if there was ever, like, a cosplay, a sexy cosplay, like, that black chick had it. She had the whole thing going. She looked good as shit, you know? They didn't do anything with her. You know what I'm saying? She looked cool. She was cute. She had a nice look. They didn't do anything with her. Not at all. Nope. They could have used her. I mean, visually, she was a looker, but I laughed hard at the scene where the walkers spawn out of nowhere. Why did they do that? Could it be due to budget? No, this is laziness. When you have walkers where they kill them super easy, but then all of a sudden they're tackled by a zombie. This is lazy writing techniques that they rely on to just do things. We need Strand in a position of vulnerability, almost dying. A zombie tackles him to the ground. Okay, done. They just do it, you know? Same thing with the ninja zombies, ninja walkers, where they don't make any sound. They pop out of the bushes, you know, they fall down from a tree. They, you know, zip line down and tackle somebody. And you don't even hear them until it's like right on your face. That and the suddenly spawning walkers, it's just laziness. They're like, okay, well, we need, she yells, hey guys, and all of a sudden there's 50 walkers 1 foot away. Keep in mind, these walkers are slow moving. So if she's like, hey guys, and they're like 10 feet away, it's not going to be instant. They're not going to instantly be on you. But then if you see them enough time to be like, oh, okay, you have enough time to prepare. So instead of them making this somewhat, you know, sitting down and actually coming up with something that's challenging creatively, how do we do this? They just, oh, let's do a zombie that you can't hear walking in the woods. And then suddenly he turns into 50 and they're surrounded. And then they tackle everybody and chew on their testicles. That's it. Daniel probably didn't go to Alexandria. Let's have a viewing party of the Twilight series in Force Run. No fucking way. Oh man, Stormy, that sounds like torture. I don't know why you do that. $200 though. I don't know, but it's Twilight. I don't know. Daniel gets along with kids good. Yeah, no, keep Daniel. Kid, what is going on? Bacon. The only one I'd accept is Universal, but Ronnie made a good point about it. Beacon. Entire episode centered around one of the worst kid actors in the franchise. Facial expressions like claymation. Okay, I'll calm down. Yeah, the kid is being led by the adults. So, I mean, the adult on screen, the adult directing her should have been like, hey, listen, tone it down a bit. You are scared, but not everything is going to be these like very overly expressive, like, holy fucking, like, calm it down. So, she's a kid. She's getting a sign from an adult. You're doing it good, go higher with it, blah, blah, blah. Like, she's being directed. So I blame that on the directors. She's too young at that point to know subtlety. And yeah, she was a bit rough with the expressions for sure. Suffered enough bad writing. Least fear characters. Do you remember the character Tobias? I remember. I don't give a fuck about Tobias. I don't know why anyone does. Maybe when Scott Gimple's dead, The Walking Dead would be in a better place. It's more than Scott Gimple. Gimple's not the problem with The Walking Dead. He doesn't oversee every sentence that's written. That's just not his job. Trust me, there's a lot more that needs to be fixed. Dude, Bite Jump for decent time, better Sun Double. It's finally coming out in 4K. Yeah, I have True Lies in 4K saved. The date. That and Aliens. I want to get Aliens. No, I never noticed. I was too busy seeing how the bike didn't break and remind me of. Yeah, right. If Alicia got bit, how did she not die or not die in the future? You know what? I forgot she got bit. I know that she already survived longer than she should have. So I don't think it matters because she got bit and then she was around for like a whole season, I just don't think that matters. At that point, when she left, it was kind of like, was it the radiation or was she still slowly dying from the bite? I didn't buy any of that because she got bit. It's not going to take you months to die from a bite. They did really piss poor job with the bite and Alicia and that whole storyline. They did a terrible job. Alicia had like a fake arm in the finale. I hope it's not melodramatic, but we'll see. Michonne hasn't been the same since the prison. Michonne was one of my favorites, and they did do her character dirty because after a little bit, it was like the character lost her purpose. And I got to really look back and see where it felt like. But it honestly did feel like they were losing a purpose for Michonne. So we'll see. Would you prefer the original plan where they did the Rick trilogy movies rather than the limited TV series? Well, this is rough. I think whatever is the better story and the better budget is what I want. I don't know the budget for the movies versus the show. You know what I mean? So I don't think the movies would be enough time. However, if they were 2 hours apiece, that's the same as the show. If you think about it. 2, 4, 6. There's 6 episodes, right? So even less because they're going to be 42 minutes roughly, 42 to 44. So, and then you're going to have commercials. With the movie, you wouldn't have commercials. You're going to have, so I think probably the 3 movies would have been better than 6 episodes. I don't get why Troy kept saying he wasn't given a second chance when he had thousands of chances to change and would have been spared by Madison if he only told the truth. Yeah, Troy's a fucking loser, and the writers wrote him like that. I mean, the actor was good. I wish they did something with him because the actor was, one of the best parts of watching these episodes. So Jade was fantastic. Yeah, I really hope this Rick show is good. Did I miss your comment? Was Michonne getting out of a working car? I hope not. I was thinking when I first saw it, she like fell asleep in the car and then like was attacked, but maybe I gotta watch that again. Let me go down to the bottom. I'm gonna wrap it up though. Oh yeah, I gotta get going. I really appreciate the support. I watched Thanksgiving last night. Me and my daughter went to the theater and I watched that. They actually gave us, I didn't know they were giving out posters, but we have the Scream 6 poster from the theater. Yeah, it's Scream 6. And then they were giving out these posters for Thanksgiving. You're not going to be able to see this, but it was a little disappointed because it's just like a Thanksgiving turkey with a knife in it and like some bloody plates. You can't see shit. But yeah, my daughter, after the movie, she was like, because this scene in the movie is like blood and guts and gore. There was one for Terrifier. This one's fucking awesome. This is the one they give you when you went to see Terrifier in the theater. With the Terrifier 3 promo, the Santa mask. Anyway, it's kind of cool that our local theater's been doing posters. So far, we got 3 of them. And the Thanksgiving, I'm just hanging on to just because it's, they don't give you movie tickets anymore. Like the movie stubs, for a little bit, I was collecting my movie stubs, actually probably for like 20 years now. However, they don't do it anymore. Maybe if I start asking, but instead they give us the posters. So I'm just taking those instead. But anyway, so I saw Thanksgiving. I'm not going to talk about it here, but I really want some free time. Tomorrow I start a new job at a new location, but I want some free time to do the Thanksgiving. I have one more episode left of Gen V. Sometime in the middle of this week, I would like to do a review of that on the channel. And then I did want to do a review of something else. I forget what it was. But, and yeah, I'm still torn with the Walking Dead Destinies. Because I did have a couple people say play it to shit on it. But it's bad. It's like bad. I mean, it's really bad. And it's $50. But it's so bad. Father Gabriel killed a T-1000. Yeah. Yeah, Alicia's alive. Alien Resurrection was your favorite? Oof. How do you make Terry O'Quinn menacing? I'm curious your take on that. Well, here's the thing. When you have leadership roles like that, it's not how they are menacing one-on-one in a fight there. It's the power and the control that they have over others. So the power and the control he has on, his grunts to do his bidding, that's where the true fear for that character is going to rest in, Off topic here, but in what direction would you have taken the all-out war arc for 7 and 8? Into an actual war? I mean, I also would have liked, I know the show did this kind of little skirmish type shit. From the gate in 7, I would have had Rick deal with some trauma, being the leader and having people he cares about having their lives just, be a gamble, because it's like he's not just sending soldiers that he's in command of out, he's sending his friends and family out there. So I'd have Rick really struggle with that for a few episodes, but even while he's struggling with it, I'd have him immediately, because you got to do the duality of Rick. He's struggling with that, but that's why he sends Jesus, and he sends Jesus to recon. You're pulling from the comic, keeping it true to the comic, but also it makes sense. Since Rick is traumatized, he doesn't know Jesus like that. He's not friends with Paul like that. So he sends Paul. That's why he sends Paul, because he can't send his like real close people. So I would have stuck with that. But then from the rip, I would have had Rick be like, yo, we're going to find out everything we can know about Negan because we're not living like this. But then you got to deal with Rick being able to make the call. And he struggles with it. And that's where you bring in Maggie and Daryl and Michonne. It would have done something interesting with, it'd been nice as a fan. It would have been nice if they would have done something a little more interesting, showing the locations in the outpost and how Negan gets it on lockdown, and do a little more of a thriller for season 7. Who can you trust and why? Maybe some of your own people like Spencer, like you can't just pull your people together and say, this is what we're going to do, because now you got somebody telling. Hold on, I gotta get my headphones. Oh shit. Oh, I dropped the phone. Alright, so but then long story short, the 8 would have been a war with multiple skirmishes, and maybe even a couple would be double. But you can't just sit here and be like, I would do this, that, and the third, because you got, 16 episodes in 7 and 8, and you would have to interweave them, but tell a good story. In a whole, it would be, as a fan, I would have preferred something, and it might even sound similar to what Walking Dead did, but that you really got to focus on telling the story together, blended. I know The Walking Dead fell apart when I started doing the split storytelling. All right, last couple of questions before I roll. Yeah, Alicia fashioned a knife from the arm she cut off. Yep. What happened to Sarah and Wendell Tobias too? I don't even know. I don't even care, to be honest. Sarah and Wendell was for. Oh, they were killed off screen. Yeah, good. They were. They needed to trim the fat anyway. You got to trim some characters. They just kept bringing on characters when they didn't even flesh out the ones they got enough. Off the top of here, Terry Quincy, Silver Bullet, AMC do partner shows. Wait, what? Couldn't AMC do partner movies or shows like Marvel, Disney does with Sony for Spider-Man? Then HBO could put some actual budget to it. You know, I don't think so. I mean, I would have to look and see how they did that, but yeah, I don't think it's, no, I don't think so. I mean, yes and no. I think in a way, because don't forget, they were going to partner with the Rick movies with Universal, but I don't think it's as simple as partnering with HBO. But sure, they could in theory partner with someone, because again, they were going to partner with Universal, but it's just, it's not, I don't think it's as clean cut. But sure, they could partner. But it's AMC. You know? The killer on Thanksgiving, he loves cats. Oh, yeah, he does. Well, thank you very much. I scored a Thanksgiving movie a little above average. Yeah, I muted myself. Duh. Fucking duh. I was on the phone. Yeah, Stepfather. Yeah, he was in the Stepfather. Yeah, they're gone, killed off screen. Madison, Detroit. The problem is that you got no guts. I've never been here in my life. That'd be funny if they stole that, because they clearly stole a lot of other shit. Skidmark Daniel reunion got me teary-eyed. His small moment with Strand saying I'm tired of war was really good. Yeah, his little moment with Strand was fine, and the cat part was better reunion than the humans, you know? All Out War arc was the best in the comics. Sad how the show went downhill. Yeah, the show fucking bombed. Instead of Negan gleefully throwing grenades over Alexandria walls and being excited for it, we have them running around with fire in the background. And then, you know, Carl has a speech. Give me a break, man. Give me a break. That shit was so cringe. I don't know what that means. Nick to come back in the finale. Nick was in the finale. He's Ash. He's Ashes. Is it Chucky series on AMC Plus? I think it is. I think you can watch it on AMC Plus through Shudder. I could be wrong, but I know it's there, but I forget what it's connected to. It's one of the deciding factors if I get it or not. Sorry, I'll tell you right now. Look, we'll go out because I watched Chucky on AMC Plus, but I think I watched the new Chucky, season 3. I think I watched that on Sci-Fi. No, was it? Yes, because I started to watch it on USA, but USA didn't have the new episodes. So then I switched it to Sci-Fi, and Sci-Fi had the new episodes. Explore. Come on with your fucking bullshit. It's such a shitty app, yo. Just separate this shit. Where are we at? Explore. There it is. It popped up for a fucking second. Chucky. All right. So they have... Oh, it might be direct. Season 1 and Season 2. But there's no Season 3. Yeah, that's why I watched it. I finished Season 2 on AMC Plus, and then I went to USA and Sci-Fi for Season 3. Season 3 is only like 5 episodes or something. Season 3 has awesome kills, though. I actually really enjoyed Season 3. Season 2 has some good kills. But Season 3 is the champ when it comes to kills. No, you know what? I think it is Season 2 and 3. Both have decent kills. Anyway, but Chucky's like a goofy show. It's felt like first draft of the script. What'd you think, rushed? Yeah, it felt rushed as hell. Peacock. It's on Peacock, too. Nick reincarnated as the ashtray. Kind of the characters. Yeah. Oh, the actor's career is no good? Oh, that's no good. He should have stayed in maybe Alicia did it right, though. You know, stay in Fear. She's got a fan base, but then again, she's hot. You know, of course you're gonna be like, man, of course she's gonna build a fan base. Incels are gonna follow her. No, aren't they the ones that don't like women? I forget. Simps. Okay, simps will follow her to the edge of the earth. How did Troy die again? He got stabbed in the gut by Madison with Alicia's arm, which I'm fine with that. Fuck it. Are you happy Alicia came back for the final episode? Yes. I see the finale wasn't too bad, to be honest, but do you think Carol says Dwight and Sherry are back on radio because they headed back to Sanctuary? I'm sure it could be Dwight and Sherry. That would make a lot more sense than Rick, you know? Madison stabbed him with Alicia. But I'm going to go. Have a good night, guys. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. And now that Fear's gone, we have a few months now. No, we got the rest of November. We got December and all of January. We got 3 months to just kind of keep it loose. Talk about a lot of different topics. I got a few already picked out for next Sunday. And then we'll reconvene for the ones who live coming in February of 2024. Because I do want to talk about that show. I'm I'm actually excited for that show. I go back to Sanctuary, so stupid could have went somewhere to farm. Here's the last thing I'll say about it. Dwight is like, there's walls, you can be safe, and you can do all this and blah 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 blah. Fucking, I love the actor is great as Dwight, but did the writers forget that the fucking ceiling fell in? The place is falling apart. How? You know what? Hold on. What are we doing? Just hold on. This is home. Well, where's... Holy shit, this app is ass. This app is fucking ass. This is your home. This is your home page. It's just a mess. And there's no... They don't even have like what you watched pop up and now it's gonna buffer. It doesn't matter. The episode where Dwight and them left. Yeah, this should be the first thing that pops up. I don't know why it didn't pop up before, but the episode where Dwight and them left, didn't the sanctuary fall apart? Am I crazy? Why would you say, let's go to the sanctuary? Dead stream. I want to see that. Season 8. It was a sanctuary. It's called the sanctuary. That makes sense. Yeah, the sanctuary, like they're in the middle of the sanctuary. I know it. I remember like the roof falling in. They're in the middle of the sanctuary. And you got all that shit falling down. Even before then. Is there a thing where it's after? Yeah, like this is the, keep in mind, this is where the writers claim they're going to go back and rebuild. It was a sketchy community before when it was fully functional. Maybe they're going to rebuild this. This. With Dwight and Sherry. This. Even if you started bringing people in, the first group you bring in, they're going to say, why the fuck don't we just take over this school that's down the street? I mean, no one's there. The roof didn't cave in. Like, why are we in here? You know, there's a motel down the street. There's a friggin', corner store, a bodega. There's a Walmart. There's a Kroger. There's everything down the street. Why would we go here? Like, look at this shit. Why would you do that? It's dumb. Russians? That's what I was thinking. The sanctuary is falling apart. I don't know where they can and can't grow food because we see so little of the outside. But I think, yeah, Negan didn't need to because he was doing all that trading and basically taking, so. They failed at Sanctuary. Yeah, see that? They already failed too. Thanks for adding to my thoughts here. Yeah, you guys are adding perfectly to the thought process of you wouldn't move back there. But I'm going to see you guys coming up in more content. I'm going to get going so I can start a fresh day at the new job location, that is. And I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow. Maybe Tuesday. I'll upload a video about Thanksgiving, a little mini review for the movie. And then hopefully I can finish Gen V. And I would like to check out that When Evil Lurks, and we can get some reviews up to kind of whatchamacallit. But definitely this week, because I've been meaning to get some stuff uploaded. So thank you very much for the support. I'll see you guys this Sunday for an open discussion. I have a couple plans for what we're going to discuss. Hopefully you like it. So have a good night. Be safe and have a great week. And you're welcome for doing the reviews. You are welcome, because man, was that shit painful. The first thing I put on Discord was my tears aren't even dry yet. That was fucking torture. It's stupid when you say it. On Discord it was a little funny, but whatever. It was a dad joke. Drop my mint on the floor. Whatever. Keep my floor clean. Yeah, I saw the new Rick teaser. It looks alright. I don't even remember how he says Negan. I'd have to watch it again. Doesn't he say like, how did he say it? Negan. Does he say something? I have to watch it again. But I just remember it was something like that, like a little child. And maybe I'll start all my streams like that. And Negan. I gotta go watch it again. Have a good night, you fuckers.